What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tratter Talk. This episode is sponsored by Montana Silversmith. I got my good old Ridge wallet type thing on me. This is actually a money clip that I got. And my Apple Watch. Any of you boys wear Apple Watches or no?
No Apple Watch here.
Nope. You don't even wear an Apple Watch either.
I don't, but I wear Montana Silversmith's necklace.
That's true. Speaking of the boys, we got two liabilities that we're calling them today on the show. We got actually Roy's brother, Tony, and his good friend, Nick. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing great, Nick. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. You guys liking Texas?
I'm loving it. Loving it.
Well, you've been here before.
I've been here
Yeah,
before.
but
Didn't stay long last time, but you know.
But this is your first time.
Yeah, first time. So far, so good.
So, really?
Stockyards is where it's at, right?
Yeah, but we got to survive the night.
Yeah, we got Billy Bob's tonight.
Clay Walker.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
You don't know Clay Walker?
He knows better.
I've heard of him.
He was born on him.
No, he was.
He was raised on Clay Walker, yeah.
Yeah. I was unfortunately not raised on Clay Walker. I know some of his songs now, but I don't know too many. But you haven't been to Billy Bob's. That's the world's largest honky tonk.
Have not been there. Looking forward to it.
Yep. And they got a massive pool hall. It's like, I would say, how many tables you say? 20?
Oh, it's got to be.
Yeah. It's the best.
How many of them you lost on?
All of them.
No. No, I've beat you on a couple.
Very rare.
Not at all.
It's going to be another one tonight.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So Clay Walker's coming into town. We just got general admission tickets, right?
Yeah, it was sold out. Other than that, Texas boy, Billy Bob's, expected.
Mm-hmm. What was your thoughts on the Stockyards? Because you said you saw stuff that you haven't seen before.
Yeah, this time I spent a little more time here. Seen a lot more than we've seen the last time here. I'm hoping we see a little more tonight before we go to Billy Bob's.
Yeah, it'll be fun. What's your thoughts on the Stockyards?
I like it. The atmosphere is great. It's a little quiet today, but I'm sure it'll pick up tonight.
And we left just before the cattle drive. You didn't get to see that.
Yeah.
A little disappointed about that.
Yeah, but we'll see that Sunday.
You saw it last time though?
Yeah, well, not for a long time though. Just a quick little glimpse.
It's just steers walking down the road.
Yeah. No
I
big
mean,
deal.
to the average city person, I wouldn't. I think it's cool no matter who you are. Really?
Yeah, don't be dismissive of it.
No, I'm not being dismissive of it. I think it's really cool, and it brings a lot of jobs to the Stockyards.
Yeah, and anyone that says, "Hey, I'm coming to Texas, what do I need to see?" Well, you got to go to the Stockyards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or that's my big thing. I'm not really into. You guys saw downtown, like 7th Street. That's just where all the college people go, right? For
Yeah,
GCU.
yeah. What? We didn't go to see it. We just went for some donuts and our cookies.
Insomnia cookies, yeah.
Yeah, they had insomnia cookies for the first time.
Yeah, so anyway, they come from Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Horse racing background, harness racing to be exact.
Yep. What about it?
We have a horse.
Yeah.
Tratter House has a horse. And we're gonna venture out, but
Whose stable is it? It's not in your stable.
no,
is it?
Jonas.
Of course not.
It's
It's in yours?
Not
no,
mine.
Jonas Ernison. Come on.
I
But
didn't know
anyway,
that.
we're gonna get there. We're gonna expand,
Okay.
and but we're looking forward to coming to Florida, and we're gonna stop down. So
Yeah, we're gonna see. His name is Naked Cowboy. I have no idea how.
Is
how-
that?
That's the name of the horse.
Oh, I thought maybe that was Roy's nickname.
No, how is it? What is he specific? I know the rodeo world. I don't know horse race. How is he bred? What do you ask about a horse? It's
well, it's hard to explain to someone that doesn't come from that world, but he's a tactical landing, which is I love. Mother was a great racehorse. I hear he's doing well. We get pictures, videos of him. Looks good.
okay. So if you're talking about a racehorse, right? How would you describe a good how a racehorse was bred? Does that make sense?
well-
It's
Yeah, you want the good paternal family, like the good mother, good father.
I know, but it's in the rodeo world, it's it can be cowbred and move a certain way that specifically like other barrel horses wouldn't, or rope horses. You know what I mean? Is that a thing in the racehorse world?
Well, with like cowbred, that would be basically like for the racehorses,
Mhm.
it would be the difference in a trotter and a pacer.
Oh,
You're bred to
okay.
trot or you're bred to pace.
That's true. I still don't know the difference really. Well, because you asked me, is that a trotter or a pacer? Well, I don't really like. Is there a difference in their?
It's all in a stride.
Okay, so is it obviously a pacer would be a longer stride, right?
No,
Well,
it's
No.
the pacer, both legs on one side move together.
And a trot is more of a diagonal.
The
gait.
opposite, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
The right front, left hind move together in the trot.
so kind of like how cats and dogs walk.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But they all go the same speed, right?
No.
No,
Who's
they don't
faster?
go the same speed.
Who's faster then?
Pacers for sure.
Pacers are faster
Yes.
than a trotter.
And it's not a natural gait for a pacer. You know, a pace is not a natural gait for a horse.
Why not? Well, but a trot is.
A trot is, yeah. But the breeding is so good now that a pace just comes so natural to a horse.
So that makes it a natural gait.
Well, it's
Oh.
evolving into that, yeah.
A natural gait.
Natural gait, yeah.
Oh, that's
But
interesting.
you can see dogs that will go out pacing.
Yeah.
So it's got to be some kind of a natural gait for
Well, yeah, camel's pace. It's a
Yep.
natural gait for
right.
a camel.
How do you know a camel's gait?
Have you not seen a camel?
I don't study camels like that.
Well,
You don't have to study them. You just got to watch them when they
Yeah.
walk.
go home and Google him.
no, I've never really watched a camel walk.
He's going to YouTube it now.
For sure.
I'm just, you know, a bunch of interesting, useless facts.
Yeah, well, that's me.
Yeah,
Because with age.
that's true. Speaking of age, I feel like I'm the young one at this podcast. Usually I'm the older guy.
You don't act like it.
The young one?
Yeah.
Why do I act older?
Huh?
Do I act older?
I'm like 60. I can't have a drink with you guys.
No, that's not true. I can drink with. Well, I will drink around. Not. Well, I won't drink, but I'll have fun while y'all are drinking.
Good enough.
Yeah, I had this guy message me on Instagram last night about drinking, and he said, like, I just posted a story about like why I'm. It was Mark Manson or Madsen, I think Manson is how you say it, and I reshared a story of why, because he's not drinking in 2023. So I reshared it to my story, and this one guy was like, I don't support this at all. Like, no reason to not have like a little joy in your life. And I was like, I'm not asking for support. I'm just like showing people that I'm choosing not to drink because you don't really need it all that much.
I agree. There's nothing wrong with not drinking.
Yeah, I think it's. Roy could disagree. on
No,
that.
I totally agree. I mean, I support that. But, you know, I like to have a couple beers now and then. So, I mean, you know, you have your thing and I have my thing.
Yeah, and I have mine. I try not to drink. I don't ever want to drink.
Well,
but
you-
I last like 8 hours.
That is true. And you did the 75 hard, right?
And I did do 75 days, no drinking, not one drop.
Now, was that difficult for you or was it easy?
It was easy, but I had my mindset to it. Now I can't go 3 days.
Yeah.
And then you also, well, with 75 hard, what else? Like,
Oh, you got to 75 days, no drinking. You got to work out twice a day. One of the two workouts has to be outside. You have to read a book, at least 10 pages a day for every day for 75 days.
Mhm.
And you got to drink a gallon of water every day.
A gallon?
And you got to watch your diet.
How often did you piss? Like all the time?
Lots. Lots.
I mean, you can
Lots.
drink
Like-
a gallon of water. I mean, come on.
As much as you need to. I don't know how many times.
I don't know. When I'm thoroughly hydrated, I get irritated at how much I have to pee.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I did 75 hard, I feel like that would be the hardest thing to keep up with. Could you do it?
Yeah,
Nick?
but you can't stop that.
There's no shot.
There's no shot.
No shot.
Catheter.
Captain.
That's all you got to do. Because
That-
whenever I was doing all the the physique show stuff for bodybuilding stuff,
Mhm.
gallon and a half sometimes a day,
Oh my
Wow.
god.
full of BCAAs too. So I would put BCAA powder in my gallon of water, give it a little taste, but I needed all that BCAAs. Dude, it was annoying how much I peed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like when I'm working on my hydration, I'm like, damn, I gotta go to the bathroom again.
Catheter.
No.
Yeah, and I agree. Like the powders, and I would put stuff in my drink sometimes to flavor it. I like all I drink still is water,
Mhm.
but when you got to drink a gallon every day,
You got to put some kind of flavor.
something.
Like I
yeah.
put a little bit of Crystal Light or something with no sugar.
Yep, zero
Otherwise,
calories, no sugar,
It's
Crystal Light.
just, you look at that water, you're like, because water has a taste, different taste for every water.
Mhm.
Like,
That's
and-
right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
oh man, like as soon as you start drinking that much water, you're like, I hate that water. That water's gross. That water tastes like dirt. Like
Mhm.
it's crazy how much of a difference whenever that's all you're drinking.
Yeah, you stay away from the cheap water.
You really do. Like there is a big difference
Yeah.
in that stuff. Actually, I used to get from Target was just the regular water, like the gallon of water.
Yeah.
And that was the only one that cheap side that I could do.
Oh,
Everything else, like I could not do Ozarka.
No,
yeah. I literally just drank that earlier.
Yeah, and I
For some reason, I couldn't do it.
can't do the Crystal Geyser when I'm drinking that much.
I've never even heard
Yeah,
of
I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
That it's just there's something in it that doesn't sit well in my taste buds.
Yep.
That's
So
yeah.
Paul, here's a thing. Maybe you can Google or fact check or something. Why is it easier to drink a gallon of beer over a gallon of water?
What?
Yeah, I mean, you go to a bar, you can sit there and drink 6, 7 beers, but
Is that a gallon?
oh, I don't know what it is, but I mean, if someone asks you to sit down at a bar and drink 6 or 7 glasses of water, I mean, it's pretty tough.
Obviously, you're after the feeling. The more you drink, the better you feel. The better you feel, the more you drink.
Not really. I just like the taste of beer.
Well, yeah, you like the taste of beer, but it's also like I don't know if that's a gallon. You might drink that like throughout the day if you're like day drinking and like going out later at night.
And there's a reason. If you like the taste, it's easier to drink more.
Yeah, but I like the taste of water, but I can't sit there and drink 7 or 6 or 7 glasses of water.
I also think beer is more of like a social thing.
I agree.
Oh, that's
So-
true.
That's you're kind of just tipping it back as you talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, back to the harness racing world. So this past year we went to the Meadowlands, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we all know you guys come from that. It's a dying sport.
100% dying sport.
Okay.
Yes.
So I got some feedback that mostly that when we went to the Meadowlands, it generated millions of views for the sport. People that never even knew what harness racing was. And then I heard some people say, it didn't really do much. Didn't bring people out. Well, the thing was, we weren't supposed to bring people to the track. We were supposed to open and expose the sport of harness racing. You guys aren't TikTokers. Nick, you do a little TikToking.
A little bit, yeah.
Right? Okay, so that's what we do. What do you think? Do you think it was a good thing that we came out to the Meadowlands?
I think it was a great thing. I mean, you guys open up to a whole new world of people that can watch, the younger demographics. They might not make it there live in person, but they sure can watch it on simulcast, learn something about it, learn something new. There's all new avenues in this day and age, but it doesn't have to be there in person.
Right.
Yeah, it was cool though. There was one girl who come out. She lived in New Jersey. She showed up. She was wearing all Luciano gear,
Yeah, and
like
she's
stuff that I just dropped last week. And
Wow.
I just come to our house. I
and
don't
she's
know.
never been to a harness race.
Yeah, she just come out to meet us.
Yeah, and it definitely helps. I mean, how much will it help? It's no telling, but it's not going to hurt.
Yeah, and that's just social media. It's like the metrics that you can look at afterwards are just like straight like how many views did we get? As far as driving traffic for like ticket sales and like getting people to the racetrack. I mean, obviously like that's a challenge with any dying sport is getting some people in seats. And that takes a whole marketing revolution, not just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think for the most part, it's like anything else. We planted the seed. People are open to it now. They know what it is. And, if it strikes curiosity in a quarter of them, that's a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more racetracks come to guys like you or even other influencers where you guys come out and show it more. Just going to one track, it's going to show it some. Bring it to more, it's going to show more people.
Mhm.
Get a little more interest here and there, It's the only way to keep going.
No, yeah. I think long term, like I really wanted to go because I got really into it. I got my own colors and everything. I was like, I'm ready to freaking race, dude.
Yeah, you got your own. Yeah, you got your own suit. I mean, you got to like It's definitely a good thing. People like it's just hard to get interested in anything when you only see it once.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I said too. I was like, we can come out for these 2 events, but if you really want to spark a fire, we got to be like in it. Because I'm down to like jog horses. I'm down to, dude, because like when I just jogged in Ohio, that was cool. Like sitting behind a big, like a horse going 30 miles an hour. Because I mean, I've done that riding them and it's fun. But like when you're in a bike like that, it's
Different.
It's real different. And I told him, I understand why y'all have big biceps. Like holding on like this.
Oh yeah.
It's
For sure.
crazy.
You know, I'm thinking you boys might need to come down to Florida here soon. Guys come out, train some, get a little video footage, show that. You know, even at the farms, it's not just about the racetrack. You know, you got to show how everybody does things on a farm. You know, it's a large business. It's not just people at a racetrack. It's supported everywhere. So I see if you guys come down there, you guys show some video, do a little TikTok here and there on the racetrack. We got some horses you guys can train, jog, you know, get some good footage.
I think it's a good thing. And, you know, Trader House is all about helping the ranchers, the farmers. And it all goes hand in hand. Ranchers, you know, or the farmers, they feed the horse people, the horsemen. They buy the grain. You know, it all goes hand in hand. And we can see it today, especially with this economy and this, and I'm going to say it, I don't care, with this administration that we have in there now, they are at a war with not only horse racing, but with farmers, ranchers. They want to do everything they can to destroy it. And I think with us getting out there, putting the word out, helping to preserve what we love, do you agree?
No, I agree. I think it's definitely important. That's for sure. But it's also like putting the message out there that anybody could like, because I get messages all the time like, hey, I want to work with horses, but I don't know anywhere, anything. I'm like, there's got to be a stable around you.
Yeah.
Just start scooping poop, you know?
Oh, there's always people looking for employees, and it's because people don't know that it exists. There is opportunity for jobs in the business. It's just not pushed enough for people to know about it.
Did you grow up in it, Nick?
For the most of my life, yes. My family was in it before I was born, so yes.
Do you know anybody that just come into it? Or is it one of those things like rodeo where it's like most people are just born into it?
No, there's lots of people that come into it later.
Okay. Yeah. Is it for just like entertainment purposes or money purposes or?
Both. You get both. Some people come into it because they like it, and a lot of people come into it because they see an opportunity to make a living.
And it becomes a way of life.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, y'all have done it your whole life,
Yes.
right? Could you guys see yourself doing anything else other than racehorses?
I mean, that's all we've done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
So?
keep trying to see myself being a TikToker, but I just can't see it. I just can't see it.
No, I think it's cool. What is because you didn't do it. I mean, you are now doing social media type stuff, and you're still doing horses and stuff. What do you think about Roy doing social media?
No, I don't mind it. It's different. I'm not gonna lie to you. Do I follow it? No. 90% of what you guys do I see it? No.
I mean, you're not
Like-
on all the platforms, right?
No, absolutely. I'm not on. No, I'm
Yeah.
not on anything. Like if I see something pop up, like on Facebook or whatever, you know, I watch it. Like some of the reels,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't watch TikTok,
Yeah,
like Instagram. I don't have none of that. I don't watch any of it. I don't.
you don't really need it, to be honest.
No.
I don't think you do. Have you seen it affect like my generation in a way?
Yeah, like your generation. It's like it seems like that's all they're about,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like that's it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just maybe I would like it, but I just can't get into it. Nick here, he tells me, "Oh, you got to start watching TikTok." Like
It's
Right.
I don't watch TikTok.
It's
Like,
entertaining.
I got lots of things that are entertaining.
I know, but it's informative. I mean, there's a lot of aspects to TikTok. But let's say, you know, even though Tony doesn't do it,
Mhm.
you know, and he's, you know, sometimes he puts a jab in. I know he supports me. He supports all of us.
Oh, I put it as job because it's
That's what he does.
entertaining to myself.
And Nick is pretty informative. I mean, he watches all our stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, and I love when he makes TikToks.
Oh yeah, we made a TikTok with you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He could be your biggest follower.
It could be. You never know.
That's good.
No, I think our biggest followers are the ones who try to scam people with our identity.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but that's not good followers.
No, we don't want those followers at all.
You know what I think we need to do here, guys?
What?
I think we need to get Tony in a TikTok while he's here. I think we need to do
You
it.
already got him in one
Oh, well, he didn't know about that one until he showed him today.
Which one was it?
at the airport.
Yeah, at the airport.
Good luck, guys.
What, you just
Yeah,
walk
your
in
work
with your
cut out.
luggage?
Yeah, well, I got it. Yeah, he didn't even know I took one.
There you go. That's
Star of the show.
I think TikTok's fun. I think it's a way. I think it's very. Social media is just a very interesting dynamic. Coming from somebody who doesn't have it, and then especially talking to, I'm sure you can see it because you're probably on it more. But like I talk with him all the time about like how I grew up with certain like phases of social media that are like instilled in me. It's kind of like I was listening to the song in the Stockyards about I bet breaking up was easier in the 90s, right? I want to talk about that with you. Was that easier to break up in the younger generations without these dang things?
Oh, for sure. You don't have to worry about like somebody texting back. What did I miss? Like, what are they going to do? They're going to call you? Going to leave you
A note?
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
that's
Or
what
a
we
message
did.
on your answer machine?
Is that
If
what
you
y'all
have
did?
one?
Well, I tell you, the biggest thing today in the 90s, you know, when you're in high school, you either write somebody a note or you see them in school or whatever, and you confront them. Social media today is, you know, they don't do that. They just want to start drama. They want to put it out for the whole world to see, you know, and it's just a back and forth, the whole drama thing, which to me, if you're putting that on social media that you broke up or somebody did you wrong, you're an absolute coward. You know, go see that person face to face, talk to them, settle your differences, and part ways. I mean, you might not like each other, but don't put it on social media and all your drama. You're just an absolute coward.
I couldn't agree with that more. I think everything personal should stay personal.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Back then, you get the little, like the message on your pager. Call this number.
Really? Like on your answer machine?
No,
on
a
a
little
pager.
pager.
A pager?
You never had a pager?
No.
Me either.
You didn't- Did you have a pager?
No.
I bet Nick did.
You had a
Yeah.
pager.
Yeah.
How big was it?
Oh, they came in different size. When they first came out, it was just real
Like the
little.
size of your little wallet.
Yeah, and then they got bigger, and you could leave different messages, almost kind of like a text message there in a little bit.
Is it like pre-programmed with different messages?
Yeah, sort of.
Mostly just a phone number, though. Come
Yeah,
back,
the little
right?
ones when they
Call
first came
this
out was
phone
just a number. It would just you would page you that a number is trying to get in touch with you. You call it back.
Oh, so it's just kind of like, hey,
That's how it first started. Yeah,
okay. Any crazy pagers out there?
they did get wider where you could actually put messages on it, like little, just little messages.
I
Like,
love you. I miss you. Call me back.
That's cute. I never had a pager.
Paul remembers
Me
this.
either.
Paul, did you have a pager?
He might still have one.
Hey, easy.
Just saying.
You know, I don't think I had a pager. We were dirt poor, so I had nothing.
But you remember him.
Oh, of course I do.
Yeah.
I had buddies of mine in the worst part of towns, you know, that would have like 6. They would have them all over their pants. They'd be like 4 of them for their side hustle, and the other 2 were like for their wife and mom. It was very different. But I didn't have my first cell phone till I was 2 years into college.
Wow.
It was
That's
the best thing ever happened. I had
Oh,
one when I
man.
was like 16, 17, like for school, but I couldn't do anything on it. Like it was just to call my mom, tell her to come get me. But yeah, I didn't do the first 2 years of college were amazing. No one could find me.
Yeah.
I had a dorm phone, and that was it, man. It was the greatest thing ever. And to go backwards just a little bit to tell Roy why it's easier to drink beer than water. I looked it up, but there was no real way to jump in there. It's because it's all psychological.
Mm.
It's because no one sits around drinking water for fun.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's easier to drink beer because it's very social and it's everyone's doing. It's not like you don't go to water bars. You know, so but that's why your mind plays a trick, because it's a social setting. That's why people develop addictions, because they think that they have to drink with everybody around them, and then they end up taking breaks from alcohol or whatever it may be, because they're like, man, I'm drinking every day because of my business or because of social settings or schmoozing this client, that client. So it's all psychological.
Yeah. And that was a big thing that I see, especially like being in Nashville. Like, there's so many people you can meet out in Nashville, but it's like, can we just like go out to have a coffee? I'm like a coffee guy. Like, but everyone wants to stay up till 2 a.m, and then you're like bros, and then you can do business. But I don't know.
If you get Nick on the Twisted Teas, you don't mind having a drink either.
No. Me and Chuck got on the Twisted Teas one time. It was a bad deal.
Yeah. I remember
Bad
that.
deal.
Hey, you can go out, be the life of the party. Don't even have to have a drink, Nick. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. We had a good time.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not endorsing it one way or the other, but I'm just saying I like to have a beer now and then.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people think I'm like totally against drinking. I'm like, no, go ahead, do it. But I can recognize when people have a problem. And I think it's a good, I think it's good to like confront your friends if they're having a problem,
I agree with that.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not even that people have a problem too. It's sometimes with me, because I had a problem with alcohol. I would say more, not in a social setting, but like I always drank to get drunk. Like I didn't know alcohol, because I feel like you had an advantage because you didn't drink till you were 29, right? So
I didn't drink beer till I was 29.
I mean, so then when did you start drinking?
Like 23, I think I had my first.
But it would only be like a vodka cranberry. Like
yeah,
2 at the most.
that's
Like,
exactly what it was.
Obviously, that's your brother. You didn't know him to like really drink much when he was growing up, right?
No. But I didn't drink a lot either, but
Yeah.
maybe a little more than him.
I feel like it's an advantage though, because like when I was 16, I was always like, I was watching, and this is where y'all didn't have, like, we talk about pagers and old school stuff. This stuff that I grew up with was I was watching people like party and get effed up all the time. So when I was 16 and I like got my hands on alcohol for the first time, I was like, yeah, let's get messed up. So that's all I knew alcohol as.
Right.
Like I had a weird relationship with it because I was like, all right, let's drink as much as we can and get as messed up as we can in the shortest amount of time possible and possibly not remember anything.
See, that was never on my agenda. That's never my plan to go out and say, hey, I'm going to get messed up.
Exactly. But that's what, like me growing up, that's what was glorified on the internet, bro. And that's what y'all don't, like I try to tell that to older folks. I'm not talking to you guys specifically, but it kind of still messes with, and it's affecting the younger generation too. And that's why there's so many, like these freaking vape pens and all these other things.
Yeah, I think it's way more than just the alcohol that like the vape, like, I don't know. I can't get into the vape pens, but I don't know. I mean, even the alcohol, I don't go out looking to get messed up every time I go out.
Oh, yeah.
It just happens.
It just happens like you do there. And then Roy will look at me and say, they're going down good.
Right. And then before you know it.
And then I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. And then sometimes I go out and I have a beer and I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Oh.
You know, whatever. But
Yeah. But
so how do we get on Pagers back to drinking?
because Paul brought
Oh,
up
yeah.
how
He did, but
it's easier to drink a gallon of alcohol rather than water.
We never even talked about you guys coming to Florida. Finish that conversation, boys.
yeah,
Oh.
I want to. I want to come down and see the horses and
I mean, there's other things you can do when you come down there.
Can we go jet skiing again?
100%. You'll be ready to go.
Love jet skiing. Just don't splash my jet ski again.
I mean, that was a little fun, Nick.
I know, but my
ruined
center,
his phone.
my center it didn't ruin my phone, but my center console was up and I got water all in the charger.
I'm the only guy that can upset a jet ski in the intercoastal.
Yes, you did. You flipped one. Yes, you did.
Fell right
You
off.
flipped
of
the
it.
jet ski
Well, it happens.
like on smooth water.
On smooth water.
I flew off of it when we went out to the
Yep.
inlet there.
Yeah.
Because it was rough.
It was a little rough that day.
It was really, really rough. I couldn't control it and I almost lost a mirror.
Yeah, it happens.
Like it went, I come up on this wave. It's just so rough.
I do have one request, though, this time.
What?
Roy can't wear pants on a jet ski.
Yeah, what the flip is wrong
Well,
with you?
I rode a jet ski for 10 minutes.
Roy, you were on a boat with,
With-
pants on.
That's
He's
all right.
afraid of sunburn.
I wear shorts in Hawaii.
Oh man, like social media love that. They saw Roy with shorts on.
Yeah. Something
Roy,
I've
let's
never
make a
seen.
deal. You come down, you got to wear shorts when you go out with us.
I'm not a water guy.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to be a water guy, at least for the day.
How can you not be a water guy?
I'm just not a water guy. I'd rather be in the mountains.
All right, I'll tell you what. We're going to take
In the
Nick out.
mountains.
Well, yeah, country. On the countryside. I ain't camping out, but I like to go through that.
Well, how did we grow up and you hated the mountain?
No.
Hated the mountains.
No,
Now
that
you're a mountain guy.
that little wooden cabin we went to, I mean, it's a nice experience, but yeah, I don't want to do that. But
So you're
Scenery.
a flatland guy.
no, I like to see scenery.
So this is what we're going to
Flatland.
do. This is what we're going to do. You're going to make a deal with us. You're going to go out on the jet skis. You're going to wear some shorts. Then we're going to take Nick to Rib Roundup. I think that's a great idea. Rib Roundup down there, West Palm, have
Oh
some
yeah.
country music,
We need to get
ribs. I think you guys should come.
So you've been to Rib Roundup.
there. I haven't.
You two have been to Rib Roundup.
We have been to Rib Roundup.
Are the ribs actually good?
The ribs aren't bad.
The fish bowls are better.
Okay, yeah. We were talking about this, but what is a fishbowl? Is that a drink?
Yeah, it's a big like in
Yeah.
a fishbowl.
It's like a fish bowl filled with whatever you want.
Can you put a fish in
Yeah.
it?
I mean,
Yeah,
a lot
he
of times
might
there's
not live, but you can put him in it.
a lot of times there's fake fish in it for you.
Okay.
But I mean, Bailey Zimmerman's coming. Corey Kent, Laney Wilson. I don't know why
You got the side stage there too, which
Joe
you know the new
Nichols.
up and coming.
Why wouldn't the Trotter House be?
I think the Trotter House should be there.
Well, okay, let's go to Rib Roundup.
I think it's a great idea.
I'll
I
text
think-
Bailey right now.
You guys are hearing
Yeah.
it firsthand. The boy said Trotter House is going to come to Rib Roundup.
Okay.
we need to.
I'm going to text Bailey live on the podcast. I'm going to do
So-
it. You do,
I
okay,
hope he
talking.
ignores you live.
He probably will.
You think you can call him? Maybe we can get him to sing a little song while we're on the podcast? I think that'd be better.
FaceTime Bailey.
No, just give him a little call. Put it on speaker.
I got
doubt-
a 20 says he won't answer Nick's call.
I think Nick should call him.
Should I call him on the podcast?
I think you should.
I don't care.
All right, let's see. Let's see if he answers. This is gonna be good. I doubt he'll answer.
Yeah. Here we go.
He's such a busy.
Hey, we're
He's-
still got hope.
He's always on the phone.
You might be falling in love right now.
Bailey.
Nope. No Bailey.
Now, Bailey, if you're going to watch this podcast, we were trying to call you.
We want to come to Rib Roundup, Bailey.
Your call has been.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, back to the.
What were we
Florida thing.
talking about?
Oh, we got to get to Florida. I mean, the schedule's getting pretty booked up as it is.
Oh yeah. Well, and you got to get to Florida too for your vehicle.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah, that's true. But anyway, so what do you want to go to next?
What topic wise?
Yeah.
I think it's funny how I don't like y'all have some banter together from your childhood and stuff. I think it's
Oh,
funny.
he's always been the instigator of the whole.
You're the middle brother.
He's talking smack again.
No, that's true.
You're the middle brother, right?
Yeah.
And you're the older brother.
Yeah.
What was the dynamic like?
Well, he'd always pick on our little brother, and
Shane?
I'd have to step in. Yeah.
And then they both get their feelings hurt.
No, not true. Not true.
What would you have to step in about?
He'd just pick on him.
Like what?
It doesn't matter.
Anything.
Life, just anything.
Yeah. So now Nick, he gets the brunt of it now.
Now
It
Nick's
happens.
taking. Well, he's younger than all of us.
I'm not younger than Nick.
How old are you, Nick?
39.
39?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the
Okay.
youngin.
How old are you, Tone? You're 40.
I am
Four.
44
Or
going on 43.
That
No,
It's not
when I hit 44, I go the other way. I don't go, no longer do I go higher. I go back down.
I wish that's how it worked.
I just set my mind to it. That's how it's going to work.
There you go. I guess you're just Benjamin Button. in a way.
I might not look like that, but that's how I'm going to look at it.
Boys, age is only a number here. That's how you feel.
Yeah,
That is true. How old do y'all feel?
25 most days.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Your body feels one way, but your mind is
Well,
always
it's the mind.
20.
I'm
Yeah.
all worried about the mind.
Yeah, you pulled up today at the hotel. What was I doing? I'm running through the parking lot like I'm fucking 12. Flipping 12.
You did. Yeah, you
You
did
boy-
like a little heel click.
Your boys missed it. He was doing leaps and jumps all before you got there.
What? Were you just like highly caffeinated or just happy?
No, I didn't even have any coffee. I had nothing.
You're just
Oh.
happy.
No, he was cold in the shorts. He was trying to
Nah.
stay warm.
I'm a morning person. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
gets toward 10:30, 11, I'm ready for my nap. But 8, 9 o'clock, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm a big nap guy.
He sleeps more than anyone I ever seen.
That's not true.
That's facts.
No, it's actually not factual.
It is.
Bring me a fact. You won't.
Oh, I could give multiple examples.
Like what? Give one then.
How you do? Well, you got home from Hawaii. You slept for 6 hours.
Jet lag.
Right? No, jet lag.
Jet lag. It's a thing.
Whatever. Okay, here's what I want to know. So the question is, how do we bridge the gap? Okay, so Trader House, mainly the ranchers, farmers is our demographic, right? So we're going from Midwest to all the countryside, right? Harness racing is my passion. Grew up in it. How do we help harness racing? Our platform is Trader House. How do we help harness racing? Of course, getting out to tracks, what we did with Meadowlands. But how do we, like I said, bridge that gap to open more eyes to help harness racing?
Well, you got to do different things. Like, what's wrong with, okay, you guys came out to the Meadowlands, okay? So you came there, you did the races. Now, what would have been wrong with saying, okay, when you guys came, here's a guy back then, and he had a few songs, Bailey Zimmerman. Okay, what if you'd have brought, say, him with you? And say another famous singer, country singer, or any genre, it doesn't matter. Say, look, why not take two, Bailey Zimmerman against Blake Shelton? Pick one. You get guys like that. You don't think that's going to turn eyes to it?
Well, it is, but I mean, that's kind of out of our controls.
No,
you know.
I understand, but you said, how can we help the business? Like things like that.
Mhm.
Like, so you got a guy like Bailey. Okay, take another up and young person that you guys are associated with. Bring two of them. Well, the younger generation is more into Bailey Zimmerman than they are Blake Shelton
Mhm.
or George Strait. You take a guy like you, if you didn't know Roy because he's 60,
Yeah, he's 60.
you wouldn't know who George Strait was.
That's true.
You're more interested in Bailey Zimmerman.
Yeah.
You know, right? So you
Right.
take two up and coming guys and you take the younger generation that's following these guys. They're not going to watch where they're at. Just like, how many views did you guys get?
Millions.
Okay. How many more do you think you're going to get if you bring them guys in with you? Your millions are going to quadruple.
Yeah, but they're just more expensive.
Well, I understand
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah, and I'll give it to the Meadowlands and the USTA for putting the money up to bring us out there. I mean, that was a huge step in the right direction, right?
Oh yeah.
Now the other tracks have to follow suit. Harness racing has to follow the
Right.
same suit.
Yeah, it's just like any marketing model. When you bring out somebody who has like
yeah,
like solid followers, like they're gonna, attract to the sport. It's like why Shaq is in all these commercials, right?
right. Like you guys got in, you guys came out there, you were interested in it, interested in buying a horse. Okay, so you get these guys like this. You don't think any of them are going to like horses and maybe want to get one?
Oh,
Or two.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Toby Keith owns
Yeah.
thoroughbreds.
Yeah, and after
Okay. Like
literally,
there's professional basketball players. You got the Joker. He comes out to the Meadowlands with Timmy Tetrick. You got at the farm I'm at right now, you got Sam Bowie comes there
Mhm.
every day.
yeah, and the Joker, he actually
Just-
races in Serbia, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And what about the UFC fighter?
Yeah, Oliveda.
Yes, he came to Yonkers. Like, that's how you get people interested in it.
Yeah, and that's like also I've seen the one thing that's taken off is I've seen a lot of people wearing it. Is it Siegelman?
Siegelman
Stable, yeah.
Who owns that? Who is Siegelman?
Well, it's Bob Siegelman. It's, if you look at it now, it's more of a high-end clothing line. Siegelman Stables, I see one of the people that I see wear this Siegelman Stables is Kane Brown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He probably doesn't even know what a harness horse is. If you ask him, he couldn't even tell you what was on his hat. Probably,
yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he doesn't,
Mhm.
but he doesn't have that because of the harness racing.
It's kind of now I think about it, it's kind of like polo, right?
Right.
Like the
Right. Yeah.
brand
You wear a
polo,
polo
'cause-
shirt. Is it because of the sport polo?
Not really.
No, it's-
Some people don't even know what polo is. They just know the
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think that's cool though. At least it's some sort of like elevation for the sport,
Right.
right? Because I saw Kane Brown wearing that. I was like, that's a harness horse. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it opened my eyes too because I also apologize my throat. I don't even know what's going on. I just woke up this morning and it's like this, but I was very opened to the breed of standardbreds. They're so freaking cool. Just even spending the week with them is real different than a rope horse or a barrel horse or like something that sees an arena is like, let's go.
Yeah, and a lot
Because-
of people would see that if they would come to see that.
Yeah, it's so freaking cool. And the difference, and I want to touch on this too, because I love to talk about it with Roy. The difference is like y'all's horses and y'all's discipline is every day, miles on miles, like almost like, I mean, if it rains, it rains, but like it's kind of like a no days off thing.
Right.
Because they're race horses, but at the same time, they're treated really well by the grooms and everybody in there. But I don't know, like I was just open to the breed of standardbred of how like smart they are and how like well mannered they can be. I mean, I'm sure you have some like hot ones, but
Oh, yeah, for sure. But overall, most of them are very well mannered.
mhm.
Their temperament's great. Like they're just great for people to be around and work with.
Okay, I have an interesting question. I didn't mean to cut you off if you were going to ask something.
No, I think Nick was going to.
Were you going to say something?
No, good. Finish up.
Okay. Well, you go ahead and then I'll ask my question.
Well, what about you guys being the influencers here?
Mhm.
You guys have a large following. And if the racetracks are willing to bring you guys in, what about having some kind of, well, obviously you'd have to talk to the tracks itself, but having like contests where a fan might get the same experience you guys get while you're there. One of your fans that knows nothing about the racing aspect. It just brings a whole new light to maybe have 5 winners, some kind of contest
Mhm.
where when you guys go, they can meet you guys there. They could get the experience in a double-seater jog cart, go around. Even if you did it at some of the farms where you could have more people get to experience the options.
I like that. That'd be cool. Like have a farm day.
Right. With a contest, with,
Or with like a little kid that like wants to do it. Because I
absolutely.
get DMs all the time. We do like a contest. Come spend a day at this farm.
Yeah, let them see how things are, not just on the track behind the horse,
Right.
Mhm.
but let
In the
them
barn.
see in the barn how horses are taken care of. Like everything's so negative about horse racing, how, they act like this is wrong with it, that's wrong with it. Let them come back there and see that them race horses are taken care of better than most people.
Mhm.
Like people don't realize that. Let them come back and see that.
Yeah.
When they're getting carrots and apples and treats, all day, people are brushing them. Like, the people that take care of them horses, they love them horses. It's
Mhm.
like family to them.
Yeah, it was crazy to me when I sat on that one horse. It's like a $3 million horse, or won $3 million. And he's in the cross ties and he just lets me like hop up on him.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool. But the question I wanted to ask too is throughout the sport of like horse racing, you see the breed of standardbreds getting faster, right?
Yes.
And that's because like, but what's the lifetime of that? Like, what did you see 20 years ago versus now?
Well, they go a lot faster now than they did then. And some of them might not race as long now as they used to, but it's not because of the speed that they're now that they can go that they couldn't go before. They can't hold up to it. Like they just like athletes now. Like you see athletes in sports, they get hurt more now than they used to.
Yeah.
It's just with the breed getting, just more competitive. the animal's getting faster. You have to take care of them. You just can't be so hard on them.
That makes a lot of sense. But could you put like a time stamp? Like, have you seen them get like 20 second, not 20, that's like drastic, but like 2-3 seconds?
Well, you look at it back in 1979, a mile would go in 1 minute and 52 seconds. That was the world record. 1 minute 52 seconds.
Right.
Right.
Now it's
now they're going in 1 minute and 45 seconds.
That's crazy. That's almost 10 seconds, right?
Yeah. You look at the horses.
No, that's 20 seconds.
No, 7.
Yeah.
Oh,
7
wow. Mental math is not my thing.
You look at the horses back when I was growing up, the bones were thicker. They were more rugged, more husky. Now you look at them, they're getting almost like thoroughbreds where they're fine boned and they're just built for speed instead of durability.
So how do you explain, like, is that evolution?
It's genetics.
Genetics? But like, how does it just become ingrained in?
Well, just like bucking bulls.
That's true.
Back when I was riding bulls, you might have had 100 bulls in a pen and 10 of them were really ranked bulls. You get 100 in there now, you got 99 of them that are rank or 100 that are just rank. It's the breeding is getting better and better. Just today's humans.
Mm-hmm.
That's smarter and smarter.
That's crazy. But what's interesting to me is like those horses race or at least practice every single day versus in the rodeo world. Like, I mean, the only speed event that I can, like, that's just the biggest is barrel racing, right? I don't really see barrel horses getting faster, right? Like, and I think it's just interesting to compare timelines. I'm sure, like, I would say, like, in the rodeo world, it would take you would see back from 80s to now, you see a 7-second difference. And that's what, 30 years? 40 years? I bet it would take triple that to see that in like a rodeo horse.
Yeah, but like a barrel horse, you're running a pattern in 16, 17, 18 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You're not running a mile. You're running just a short distance.
That's true.
Like, it doesn't matter what, like, even in our business, in the standardbreds, like, if you're saying short distance, if you look at your 8th mile times, which is basically, that's still more than what you run in a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to make up a lot of time in a short distance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and
that's why you don't see a big change in that, because it's a short distance.
And our equipment's changed over the years too. You got faster bikes, the equipment's lighter, the harnesses are lighter. Everything's changed.
That's true.
Track is better.
Yes.
Tracks are better. I mean, I guess rider weight in the rodeo world kind of stays the same.
Yeah, driver trainers, used to be in our business, driver trainers like me and Nick, you don't get that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get guys that drive for a living. They weigh half what we weigh.
That's true.
Take, it used to be back in the day, people drove their own horses. That doesn't happen much anymore.
Like they trained and drove?
Yes. Now you're getting a guy that just drives.
Just like Timmy.
That's
like
true.
Timmy. Yeah. He weighs half of what we weigh.
So that could make a difference too, because you're training with a heavier kind of load, right? And then when you get
and then you put somebody else up and they weigh half of what you weigh, they're going to go faster.
Yeah. That leads me, I wanted to talk to that one topic, right?
Yeah. Well, let me say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Is not everybody in harness racing is in the same mindset as you guys. All they care about is their stable. Hey, I'm going to make money, right? Well, the business is going to die, right?
And there'll be none left.
There'll be nothing left. So let's get us out to the racetracks. Let's do what we can. My question is always how do we do this? And like I said, I give it to the Meadowlands USTA for stepping up and doing this. But how do we get these people to step up, say, the Tactors of the world or Melanders or the big people in this business to get behind us, say, hey, what Nick has a saying, what do you always say that the most expensive?
Yeah, the most expensive sentence in every industry is we've always done it this way.
That's the harness racing world. We've always done it this way.
To a T.
Yeah. we need to change that.
Yes.
I have an idea.
Go ahead.
What's your idea?
Let us hear it. Nick.
It's controversial to you guys, though.
Go ahead.
No, it just needs to be more digestible. It really does.
But
it's
how?
very confusing. Colors. You know my thoughts, but we'd be here all day.
Yeah,
talking about
that's subjective.
I think we should get into it.
No.
I think we should.
Oh no,
because these two are on the same page, and me and you are on the same page.
no. But even
Things have to change, Roy. Things have to change. You want it to last. Things have to change.
Yeah, you're literally going against what you're preaching.
Yeah, but not the way you guys are talking.
yeah.
But then, what's y'all's solution?
If you're changing, colors of the drivers and saddle pads, this and that. This is very minute.
I don't think it is because the way I looked at it.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna lose our followers here because they have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah,
So-
I don't want because I'd have to preface it. But anyway, we'll switch to the topics. I'm really interested. I love y'all's world just because the knowledge y'all have with horses. It's incredible. Like when I hang out with just any of you guys, the knowledge you have about horses versus rodeo people are very knowledgeable, but like they have their athletes, their horse, and that's like their go-to, whether they're rope and barrel races, they have like a select few versus you guys work with 40, 50 a day. Like
big
upwards.
stables, yeah.
Like, not like that's how much are in there. It's like you see all injuries, you work with 3 or 4 vets in a stable. Like it's insane. Do you guys, you've been around rodeo and stuff like that too. Like, do you see a different mindset with those people?
I do for sure. Like, and just even between thoroughbreds and standardbreds, you see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
As far as what thoroughbreds see over what we see, even with the legs and everything else, it's all different. It's like even we're very hands on. The shoeing's completely different in different things and how you have to do it. Where us, it's all about angles for shoeing, and it take your time. Where thoroughbreds, it's pretty much you just as quick as you can get them done, so you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Riding horses, pretty much the same thing. You watch it, they just throw some shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll say that there's great horsemen in any sport, whether it be barrel racing, rope, and whatever. But I will say, being around almost all aspects of the horse world, harness racing is the most knowledgeable. And maybe that's I'm biased in that, but most knowledgeable on lameness, on just common sense medical issues, things like that. I think because we see it more.
Yeah. Like I've just watched the inner workings. It's like literally you go out and jog one horse, then you got another one in like 2 seconds. And it's the same thing. And then the grooms are doing their thing. It's like a whole system. Like, I've watched trainers in the rodeo world. Like, they'll be working the barrel pattern or like scoring calves, and then they got 3 or 4 tied up, tied up on the fence, just working on standing still. But it's nothing compared to a whole operation of like 40 people that are just like it's crazy. It's like Willy Wonka factory.
Yeah, it's
people
crazy.
running everywhere.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Well,
I love it.
we've been going a while, so we should tie it up.
Yeah, I'm good
But
with that.
anyone that's never seen harness racing, y'all need to check it out. The Meadowlands brought us out. We got TikToks. We have YouTube.
Yeah.
On there.
We did a celebrity race. Roy lost the first one bad.
What about the second one?
Yeah, you won that one,
Yeah.
but not by much.
Yeah, so we want to get more people in on the harness racing world, and hopefully Tratter House, we can work something out to where we have fans and followers join us.
Yeah,
And hopefully any tracks or anyone that's involved with tracks see this and, hey, let's get something started. Let's save this business.
yeah.
I agree.
Let's do it. Anyway, did you guys have fun on your first podcast?
Yeah, it was great.
It was pretty cool, huh?
It was fantastic.
You
I think quick little recap here, boys. We're gonna get you guys down to Florida. We're gonna do some TikToks at the barns. We're gonna go to Rib Roundup March 4th. We're gonna have some fun and try and bring some demographics.
Yeah. A lot
Yeah.
of people asking us if we're coming to Florida.
Oh yeah. Yep. I got a lot of people in Florida that want to.
Yeah.
right.
So all you followers, you heard Nick here. They will be in Florida next month.
Let's party, alcohol free. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. You can drink. I don't care. I'm gonna wrap it up on that note. Tony and Nick, thank y'all for coming out. And we're gonna spend the next few days doing some cool stuff. We got some content coming up hunting. I've never hog hunted, so we're stay tuned for that. Have you guys hog hunted before?
I have not.
Have not.
And you haven't either.
I've never hog hunted.
This is a new adventure for all of us. So stay tuned on our social media channels. You can follow. I mean, Tony, you don't have social media, but Nick, if you want to put your socials, we can follow you.
No, we'll worry about that later.
We'll worry about that.
It's
We'll
not-
just
it's not big
we'll just
enough
put
yet.
Tony's phone number.
There,
agree.
there you go.
There we go.
Give him a call. Ask him what you need.
There you go.
We'll buy him a pager.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a
exactly.
pager tonight.
So, but you can follow us at Tratter Talk on TikTok, Instagram, at Tratter House on TikTok, Instagram, me at the Nick Luciano on everything, YouTube, and then follow Roy _Dinges, Dinges Roy. It's all the same.
Roy Dinges. Yeah.
So, thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all are enjoying season 2 so far. Thank you to Montana Silversmith for again helping us with this production and the awesome Paul. What are you pointing at me for?
Yeah. And anyone Montana Silversmiths, Tratter 15. That's your code. You get 15%.
No, it's just
off.
Tratter now.
Oh, just Tratter?
Just Tratter. It's
Okay.
easy. So if you see this watch band right here, everybody wants this watch band. Just use code Tratter. It's easy.
You know, Nick, I kind of like that watch band. I don't even have an Apple Watch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
nice.
sweet.
Everybody asks me where I get it, and
Everybody.
I'm like Montana, and it's one of their biggest hits. So, and they're working on making more. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there. Thank you, boys, for joining us, and we will see y'all in another episode of Tratter Talk.